Hello and welcome to the Performance Kitchen. Today is a special episode because I'm joined by two Aussie rules football athletes who play for Great Britain and England. So the episode's going to be in two parts. Our first guest is Chris Cooney. Chris, welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you.
How's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks. You?
Very well, very well. Now, Chris, you play for Great Britain and England as a forward, and also for Wandsworth Demons.
Yeah, that's right.
So, what will you be cooking for us today?
I'm going to do something that I usually like to have after training. It's like a chicken chorizo with mixed veggies, but I serve it in like a lettuce instead of a wrap.
So it's a wrap, but the wrap is actually lettuce. I've never heard that before. It's a new element for me. I didn't even think it existed, but it sounds amazing. Right, so shall we get cracking with
why not?
the food? What do you want me to do?
If you can chop up the mushrooms for me, that'd be brilliant.
I can do that, no problem.
And I'll get into the onion.
It's an easy job for me, chopping up mushrooms. So you guys, you play AFL in your spare time, but you work normal jobs just like everyone else.
Yeah, because unfortunately Aussie rules, whilst it is a great game, it's not really got the same traction as Australia. This year, Prince Charles did give his patronage to the sport, so it's getting getting bigger and bigger.
Get that kind of recognition.
But it's just, it's tough. So during the day, I work in a warehouse, just as like an inbound manager, just in Croydon.
Okay.
And then the rest of the time, I pretty much spend, if it's not trying to help the sport in England, it's training. And if it's not training, then I'll be in the gym.
So I actually went down and played AFL last week, didn't I, in a training session?
You did really well.
I got down there, well, you say I did very well. I did okay. I went down there, interviewed Chris and a couple of other of his teammates and got involved in a training game. And it's probably safe to say that I haven't got a career in AFL.
Yeah, I mean, you give it a bit of time.
My kicking was okay, right?
Your kicking was good.
Right.
Just, you just need to get used to the game.
I need to get used to the game and the rule, or the lack of rules. There's a couple of rules.
Yeah, a couple of months with us should be fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to come down again. Don't
good.
worry about it.
That's
if you want to see that video, you can click on the link, which will probably be just below me here. And you can have a laugh because you just see me running around like a headless chicken, really. So we've got lots of mushrooms, chorizo, onions and peppers ready to go.
Yeah, so last bit's just to cut up will just be the meat. So just need to cut up chorizo into thin slices and I'll get some chicken over.
Okay. Am I doing it?
Yeah, just across that way. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, you can tell that I'm an expert cooker, chef, wherever it may be.
It doesn't need to look good as long as it tastes good.
So I would imagine that the top level in AFL is in Australia.
Yes.
Right, okay, of course. And the European teams and the teams over here don't really compare to the teams over there. They're the top standard.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the only teams that ever really kind of stand up to them is the Irish sides. Obviously, them playing Gaelic, they understand the game a lot better than everyone else.
Yeah.
But it's not to say that there's a couple of teams and there's a couple of players in Europe and Great Britain and England that really can pull their own weight and really trying to make moves in the sport. There's more and more Irish guys going over every year to play.
Okay.
Which is nice to see. And AFL Europe are doing a really, really good job of finding like young talent and trying to push the game out there. So
Chris, this wrap here, how often would you have this, or what time of the day would you have it? Is it a lunch or a dinner?
This is one of my favourite meals, really. It depends. If I'm working during the day, this would probably be something I'd have for dinner. So I'd usually have like the gym in the morning and then go to work and then make something like this because it's not only is it quick and easy, but it's tasty and it's got all the protein.
Very easy to make.
Yeah,
I mean, exactly. I could even do it. It's very simple. Only a few ingredients, and once everything's cooked, I mean, it's just a matter of putting it in the wrap. It's done.
And nicely as well, you could like make up a big batch of it if you wanted to, and it will last a couple of days if you've kept it in the fridge, and then you can just kind of reheat it when you get home. So it's
okay. So we've got everything prepared. Let's get to the good part. We're going to start cooking up some of these ingredients. We just need a pan, don't we?
Yeah, just a pan on the heat.
Right, so I'll put the heater on. That will take a couple minutes to warm up. So just to go over, we've got some mushrooms here, and we've got some chorizo and some chicken, and we're going to throw in some garlic, and the veggies are here, peppers and onions.
Yep.
And we're going to throw in some garlic as well?
Yeah, I'll cut up a bit of garlic just before the pan's hot.
Yeah, I'll leave you to that. I might
I can
mess
do
that
that
up. Okay, so what are we putting in first then, Chris?
Probably fry off some of the onions first with the garlic. Just
okay.
quickly.
And we're using some coconut oil?
Yeah.
Okay, shall I put in the coconut oil?
Yeah, if you can do, that'd be brilliant.
No problem. Right, so you're just chopping up the onions now. We've got the pan on the go, heating up with some coconut oil, peppers and onions are ready to go. They're the first things that are going in,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, so I always fry off the veggies for a little bit, or fry off the garlic and onion for a bit, then it'll be in with the chicken and chorizo.
Cool, so I've just put a few spoons of coconut oil into the pan. How much of each do we have here, would you say? How much do people need for this kind of
As
meal?
in, like, quantities?
Yeah, quantity.
I mean, usually if you go with, like, a third of a chorizo and maybe 1 chicken breast, that'll do a meal. So we're cooking up a whole chorizo here, and 2 chicken breasts.
So we're probably going to get 2 wraps out of this?
Oh, you get 3, yeah, easily 3.
2 or 3?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so it just depends how much you pack them up, but you can get 2 or 3 meals out of that easily. So.
And I chopped up about 5 or 6 mushrooms and 1 pepper, 1 onion, and yeah, that's enough for, like you said, 3 or 4 wraps.
Absolutely.
Right, so the garlic is in. In order, we're putting peppers and onion.
So we've garlic and
frying them for a little bit.
Garlic and onion first, frying them off for a little bit, and then put the chicken in.
Chicken goes in after the onion.
And then after that, chuck the chorizo in just so some of the fat and the oil comes out and mixes in.
Okay.
And then basically just going to warm through the peppers and the mushrooms, so they don't need to be like fully cooked through. I like them with a bit of crunch.
Yeah.
So just make sure they're nice and warm, and then serve them up in the wraps.
So there's no sauce or anything like that?
No,
it's good just to throw it all in?
It all just comes from basically from the chorizo, just from the oils and that.
Yeah, brilliant, fantastic. Right, chicken is going in. And what's the cooking time for this? About 10, 15 minutes?
Maybe about 15 minutes when everything's cooked up. Yeah, so you just want to make sure that everything's cooked through properly.
Yeah. Just make sure the chicken and the chorizo is cooked properly before serving it. It smells incredible already, I have to say.
And then usually just season up. I usually like just salt and pepper and just some chilli.
Dash of salt, dash of chilli.
What I do usually now is I wait until the chicken's kind of partly cooked all the way through. And when that's done, I'll just chuck in the chorizo.
It's cooking quickly.
Yeah, it
Maybe
will
we
do.
have it on the heat's a bit too high, but...
Yeah. So when it's partly cooked like that, I'll just chuck in the chorizo.
Chorizo's in. I can put in the mushrooms afterwards.
Yeah, sweet. Maybe the last bits to go in.
So it's all kicking off now, looking good. And is it actually nicer to have lettuce in a wrap than a normal wrap?
Yeah, I mean, at the start it can be quite tough, especially for everyone's used to eating carbs, really.
Yeah.
So when you first start off not eating carbs, it is real difficult.
Yeah.
But when you get used to it, it's just really easy for the energy levels. I find I'm more energetic. I wake up in the morning, I feel less sluggish.
Yeah.
I feel cleaner, more healthy. So
you don't get that groggy feeling when you eat something and you just like McDonald's or whatever it is.
Absolutely. I don't feel bloated anymore or anything like that. So
yeah.
For anyone who's never tried it and wants to try something different, I mean, I can't recommend it more. It's a different feeling.
Would you choose this over a big pasta dish?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, I used to love pasta, and I will eat it every now and again, but I'd much rather have something like this with lots of flavour and no carbs over that any day, really.
Because a lot of people would turn to a pasta dish for carbs,
yeah,
but then there's only so much you can do, really.
Well,
and then
obviously we're
can't
taught
really mix it up too much.
We're taught that we need to eat carbs and we need to do this and that, but when you give it a go, you realise for some people it works really, really well. Like myself, I think it works perfectly for me.
Yeah.
And then for some people, they just can't really deal with it. So it's all up to you, really.
Is it time for the peppers?
We are almost there. Yeah.
So
I'll
do the peppers. That's my contribution for the pan.
You chuck the peppers and the mushrooms in.
Try not to mess this up. In go the peppers.
Yeah, perfect. And just the mushrooms as well.
And the mushrooms.
Lovely.
There we go. I did a fine job at chopping up those mushrooms, if I say so myself.
So I just like to warm it through, so the peppers are warmed through. I like them with a crunch. And we are there.
It's all coming together. Not long now. I mean, that's taken less than 10 minutes.
Most of it's
pretty much ready.
Pretty much all of this is just prep time, and then
yeah. As with anything. So all you need really is what, 5 ingredients was it? Chicken chorizo, mushrooms, onion, and peppers. And for a lot of people at home, that's a really good thing because there's so many ingredients, so many different spices to meals, and people get confused about what to eat. So if you just keep it simple, a few ingredients, and you know what you're doing, you're putting it all in one pan, frying it up, and then you're putting it in a lettuce wrap. It couldn't be simpler. So here we go, we're all cooked, we've got the lettuce.
I usually just take 1 or 2 of these.
Getting the wrap together.
Lovely, yeah. Just
this is a genius. Did you come up with this? Where did you see the?
No, I've just
lettuce wrap.
I just remember watching it on YouTube one time. I can't remember what it was, but someone was just saying just replace this with instead of using a wrap.
And I suppose a lot of people in your team probably weren't used to this, right?
No. I mean, a lot of the guys still will eat carbs because a lot of the guys are probably a lot leaner than me. But it's just for me, it's just always worked really well.
Yeah. So we've got our lettuce set up here, and it's just a case of
just
putting it in there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dishing it up. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful.
Like
that. I'm getting hungry already. Might be a bit too early for dinner though.
Some people will be, yeah. Usually just, if you can prop them up like that and fill it up in the middle, it comes out a lot better. But
yeah.
They're just real simple. And then just spoon it in with a fork and you're away.
And as you can see, this is one wrap and we've
still got heaps left. So.
And we've got so much left. You've probably got another 3 or 4
easily, yeah.
left in there, right?
It's one of those things that with all the veggies in it, it's just going to really bulk it out. So
yeah,
gives you lots to eat.
Look at that, fantastic. Well, thank you for showing us,
no problems at all.
Walking us
Thanks
through
for having me.
Everything, and yeah, we'll try it out now. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, I'll have a go. Do you want to bite first, or you going to go in?
Yeah, I'll. This is a bit messy here, but let me try.
It's all over.
Absolutely brilliant. That is so nice. Really, really good, and cooked to perfection, really, in under 10 minutes. Really simple meal. You can have it for lunch or dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works anytime.
Easy to make. So there's no excuses for people at home if they want a really quick meal, full of protein, full of carbs, if they've had a long day at the gym or training for something. Perfect meal. Brilliant. Chris, thank you for being here today and showing us this lovely meal. And thank you at home for joining us. This has been a Performance Kitchen. Join us next time.